Our next step is looking at system option settings rather. These are the general settings for PI 580. Often customers would like to have PI 580 open to the last test that was saved, so we'll check the box for open last test at startup. Everything else we can leave at defaults, text editor, Excel, whatnot. The user is free to select other applications if needed from here, and other items to be shown at tooltips, and any other automatic actions they'd prefer. Our next stop is going to be going to the sampling window. So sampling profiles, and here's where we set up what data is stored at what rates. We have three different segments, or three different categories of data being captured. Before the trigger, and then data for the actual test, and then maybe cooldown, we call it, that would be the post-trigger B. And you can specify the memory that you're going to be recording, the amount of time you're going to be recording based on the sample rate. So let's just set something fairly low for pre-trigger. In this case, it doesn't. You could have it at the full rate if you'd like, and the number of segments that you'd like it to be recording. Let's make 25, and then it will capture this data in a loop until the trigger occurs. So I'm going to click on a different field after changing the segments to 25 on pre-trigger, and it will update the information showing you that it's going to be capturing about 5 seconds worth of data at 20 kilohertz. So then during the test, we want to go 200 kilohertz for this example, and we can set how many segments that we want to capture. Segments are 4,096 samples. That's a hardware defined value, and so you always capture in some number of segments. So in this case, I'm going to put 200 segments, and then click on another field to have it update, and you'll see that we have how many segments we've used so far. We've used a total of 226 segments, which is about 925,000 samples, and we still have about 122,000 samples remaining if you would like to use more. So after the main test is done, then you can also tell it to do a cooldown, which perhaps you'd go down to a lower value and you would record for another 25 segments, which is another 5 seconds after the test, and then you're all set. Next thing we would do is we would download this information. If you had more than one node, you would copy first, but in this case we only have the one node. I'll go ahead and hit copy, and you can see what it would do. If we had more than one node defined, you'd define the source node on the left, destination node on the right, one or more, and what elements would be copied, and you'd click OK. But in this case, we're going to cancel because we only have the one node. All right, so then you would download or download all. You would click OK, at which point it would do the download, and we are now ready for our test.